Welcome back to another adventure on Ark Survival Ascended. This is the build that made me decide to want to put some of my builds online. This is Rivendell, and my interpretation of Rivendell. So we will float up here, and you can see the wonders of Rivendell. We did discover the elfin structures, and this is also done with, I believe it's Circus Castle mod, which is fantastic for being able to float without foundations across areas. You can just come out with roofs, put down a pillar, hit it with the move tool, rotate it, snap some more, and just make really nice curved bridges and other structures without having to support it with a foundation underneath. And then when you're done, you can go back through and put the pillars down and support it. So we'll start down here. We're over this double waterfall. Apparently, there's a fight going on over here. This guy really likes this structure, this wild female Megatherium here. Just wants to hang out in it all day, which is fine. These are part of the Elven structure mods, which are really great. I have not altered the ini files, so we do end up with, there is a drop that comes down right here, which is why there's no railing in this section. It won't let me place it down because it's too close to a drop. So to start our adventure, we'll do a little bit of a flyover. This wonderful bridge here that goes across and up. The longhouse, the nice gazebos. This wonderful bridge here, which was a trick. I'll go into that more later. The wonderful round-fronted house with its floating roof, which is not really touching the sides almost anywhere. It's all supported by a pillar, hitting in some false walls in the back. The Forge of Celebrimnor. This wonderful dam that I built, which is really cool at night. I put lights underneath it. Did do the ramps in the back. So it looks like it's just coming over that spillway there. A nice crafting hall with a wonderful tower. I'll go into more of those roof pieces and stuff later. This wonderful garden that comes up the hill to the start of our adventure. Over here, starting in the Hobbit Hole. The place that started all of it and gave me the idea that I should build Rivendell. I have done it in Minecraft before, along with Minas Tirith. I don't really play Minecraft anymore after discovering the Ark. So we'll start here in the Hobbit Hole. Again, it's a Hobbit Hole. It's a structure you can put down, raise and lower, and put in this wonderful wood floor. Bossed it all off. And as you can come out of your Hobbit Hole, it comes with a lot of these plants and trees already on it, which is really cool. Again, built this foundations out, how to do a little finagling down here so we can get down to the ground level. We come over here and here's where our wyverns currently are sitting at. There is my wife's alpha fire wyvern because she wants the alpha wyvern because it's huge and flies faster. And of course I have a level 1200 and something lightning wyvern named Alduin, which anything comes over here they'll get eaten. So we'll start down on our path. This is part of the Elvish props and trinkets. Really cool mod, along with these, which are exactly 3 walls high, and you'll see how I use those to create some towers and some other really cool features. They're all free placed. These do not like to really snap and go into things, so they're kind of a trick to put down. We got some nice brick here on one of the mods. It is I can't remember exactly which. I think it's the modern. Yeah, it's the modern skins. And what's nice about them is if you're meshed, they just continue the pattern on through the meshing. They don't care. Which makes it not have a lot of flashing. More of these wonderful pillars here in this just really cool elvish garden coming down with statues and stuff in it. Just a really cool area to come and hang out in and just be surrounded by lots of trees, statues, pillars. Just have a really cool, nice, relaxing area. I really like it in here. It's just really nice and calm, peaceful. Which is what Rivendell should be, calm and peaceful. And as we come down through the garden path, we'll come to our first structure. Nice griffin statue. Which will be the main hall. Stop and smell the flowers. Although, if you guys know the skin I use from watching my other videos, I was nowhere near smelling those flowers. So here we have the main hall. Again, this is the Keeps and Castles mod. It has these huge flying buttresses, which I thought was really cool to be able to try to give you some more elvish appearances and arches on the outside without having to try to make your own archways. Got a nice little area full of, well, fishing stuff. This is all for fishing. I can hear those little drakelings inside going nuts. So we'll come over here. Firewood. Outdoor stores here. What's really cool about a lot of these is you can store stuff in these. Like, that's a bread box that holds 1,000 structures. I mean, if you were playing PvP and you decorated like this, they would have no chance of ever finding your stuff. Because it's everywhere. Nice little cool area up here. Got more of the bees hanging out in the garden. Pollinators. Nice little sitting area up here. Here's our wolf Kira. She apparently is stuck in the ground. Happens when you start building a lot and having a lot of decorations. Things start to fall on the floors and stuff. Hi Kira, how's it going? She decided to attack me one day while I was working and I knocked her out. And so that's why she's a pet wolf now. Again, nice outdoor market area. You want to buy a box? A lot of the elvish stuff here. Hay bales. Nice outdoor fireplace. We've got some beer. Some bags. I mean, again, each one of these bags is its own structure. You can store stuff in it. I mean, just how would somebody find your stuff? Well, which bag is it in? I don't know. Again, with more bags, firewood, some elvish props, dragons' heads. You know, just stuff that the elves have collected over their millennial-long lives. The Imaginar table, which has some really cool stuff. So that's where the Hobbit hole is actually located, the Imaginar. So again, you can see I used wood railings for a lot of it, and then some of the smaller flying buttresses. And here we'll come into the Great Hall, where, yeah, just a really cool vibe. Come in here, sit down, and have something to eat at this big, magnificent table, which is a ginormous elvish table. This is one table, just huge. I really like the wooden chairs with the beams here. Nice big rug. Did some different textures here on the floor. More wine. Really cool skeletonized beam ceiling on this part. Just, what do you want to eat? The kitchen staff here will make you anything you want. Fish to bread. Lots of dishes and plates. Really set up to be fully functioning. You know, if you were into doing a total role play with people, you could actually run this place as a kitchen and play with your friends, you know. I don't have any friends, so Really cool, fun area. Lots of decorations, you know. One of the things of these decorating is a lot of these things are a single item that have to be just placed, so it's just a lot of time to put all these decorations in. It really does take a lot. Then these little drakelings hanging out here. That one's pretty cute, just looking over the edge. That guy right there is the noisy one for some reason. I'm not sure why, but he is really noisy all the time. More drakeling cages. This guy's a good boy apparently, and he doesn't leave. He just likes to hang out on his perch. Throw him a little meat every once in a while. He's good to go. Again, we'll come back out here. And yeah, so that's that one. We'll come across the bridge. These are actually from a lot of our Elvish props, from a lot of the pictures that you see of Rivendell. I took several pictures that I found online of artist renderings of Rivendell and just kind of made my own interpretation of Rivendell, moving the buildings into some different locations to really fit the vibe. And now we come across the long bridge. Ended up with some holes in the bridge, but that mod has some great stones you can put down that will sit flush into things to cover up the V's in them, which is really cool. It also has little tiny pieces of railing that I could have come through and put in right there to continue it off, which I'll show you guys in some other areas. We'll come along the bridge at a faster pace here, because it is a long bridge. And in the bridge here, where there's no railing going down, this has invisible glass all the way around. We have some otters down there, and that way they can. We had them on roaming. Somehow they figured out a way to hit something just right because their movement speed is so incredible that they would launch themselves in the air over top all the panes of glass. We'd find them downriver. So, but yeah, we have some amazon falling down and got trapped to build ramps to get out. Yeah. So here's the big bridge. And we'll start up this long and arduous path here of going up. We'll go up to, we'll kind of make a little bit of a loop. So we'll come in here. This is our house. Really fun. Took me about 2 days to build this, just building off the circles, expanding them out. This is the, see right here, this here is one little tiny piece. It says stone brick on it. That's one little piece of railing that I was able to put inside that. Continue that railing on where it was open on the ends, all the way around. You just have to pull one railing up, mesh it into one side where you think it goes, a little bit of twist on it, and then put your other railing back down. So yeah, this place here, come back and get a great view of how wonderful that looks there with the archways and stuff, and then the two-tone floor. Again, my wife hates round, but she did a great job in here figuring out how to break up a big open room. Plan our next adventure. I've already got a couple of spots I've looked at on Australia to build on, and so forth. I've also got a couple of great builds that I did on the center that I'll be showcasing in some other videos. So yeah, just a lot of decorating here. Just a lot of stuff to place down. And what's interesting about this is this fireplace sticks out. This wall here is a double false wall inside here, because what supports the entire roof of this building is a pillar that comes up behind inside this wall all the way up, a couple of stories up, and then across to support the roof of the second story, which is what everything is snapped to, is the roof of the second story. Because when you're building on round and you do all those curves, the sides of your building will not let you snap roofs to them anymore, so you kind of have to float the roof up, which you'll see here in a second, it's not actually touching there. And I never continued that on to finish it off so that you couldn't see that because I forgot about it. It's actually snapped to that ceiling there, which is where the pillar runs down the center of that. All so that you can get it on the center of your curved ended building. So really cool decorations up here. Sometimes I like to just lay here in front of the fire, you know, get my big fat dinosaur butt up over here and just chill in front of the fire. A lot of fun. That and my wife thinks I'm a dork, so she's laughing right now. My other favorite thing to do with this guy is look straight up and then run by a doorway, which causes my head to flip back and make a noise as I run by a doorway. Lots of fun. Anyway, it's a great 4-post bed here. My wife's sleeping in it right now. Nice little cozy area up here with tables and so on and so forth. Nice library area over here. We have a phoenix in a cage. Most overpowered creatures in all of Ark. I have actually played Ark, so I do like to build, and I spent a lot of time in Survival Evolved. We had a server, and would build giant structures, breed creatures, you know, did all the normal Ark stuff. And then I discovered that, you know what, I really prefer to build. I love these big windows that are here at ground level. Again, with these, more of the keep archways. We'll come out over here, hop this railing, and we'll come down over here to the Forge of Celebrimbor by the dam. Really cool forge. Again, use these elfish archways, and I'll show you a little trick here. You can, so when you're snapping these, not snapping, when you're placing these, they don't like to sit flush to each other, so one has to be further back than the other ones. You can kind of get them in there, but then on the wall behind it, I'm able to snap eaves from ASR. These are the steep eaves, and the steep eaves happen to fit on top of these really well. You'll see more of it on the tower on the other side. Too far. So, again, Celebrimbor's Forge got some smoke coming out of it. Really nice chimney coming out the top. Statues on it. You know, the works. These are part of these deals here. Nice brick. Big, wonderful forge from Celebrimbor. You know, where we can make the rings. Walled in a fire pit up there just because I wanted smoke to go out my big slate chimney. Like, you know, work's going on in here. You guys that are other builders, you know, you want things to not only function, you want them to look like they're functioning properly. Water tanks, you know, make them usable. The nice big anvil, we can make some rings. Alright, so come back on and we'll fly back over around here to where we took this left. We'll come across this other bridge. This one was interesting to make. I tore it apart 5 or 6 times. The reason why is these cool arched walls here. I wanted them to pretty much line up archway to archway when they overlap. So it was a lot of adjusting. I ended up with a 9.75, which kind of creates a blue tool, to be able to make 2 wide ceilings line up at exactly 1/3 on the inside to make these arches line up. And then I covered it with the ASR glass roofs out of wood, which have these cool designs in them to make the glass clear so you can't see it. It makes this really cool bridge cover here. Moving along, we got some more of these little elvish props. There's a lot of them. And then we come to this one here again. But you guys see the school tower, which very, very happy with. Again, these are eaves, which only snap to the outside of a wall, which is why I had to quarter wall in to get these to snap. Make this really cool tower, which you see in a lot of the pictures. Again, a lot of different deals, as you can see here. One out, one in to get them to sit. Otherwise, they just kind of want to sit on top of each other. So I free placed all of these and then built the structure inside of it coming up. And I think I did a pretty good job free placing them because most of those roofs, oh, just flew across the map for some reason. Most of those are pretty well lined up with those roofs, so pat myself on the back on that one because I think I got really lucky is what it is. I tried to line them up a lot when they mesh together on these. Would give me a hint of how far out I am, how far in I am. Trying to just line up these little meshes here. So yeah, really cool, fun tower to build coming out of this building. And now we'll go inside the building again with the flying buttresses. All just kind of floating here a little bit. They are supported with columns. A lot of tricks there, the column there to get it to snap to it. For some reason you take it out now and it disappears. But here we have a really cool crafting area, which I boxed in the roofs here. Just to make it look, you know, when you come in here and you can look up and you can see daylight through that. I thought it was a really cool feature. You can come out of this wonderful little patio area, look across at my beamwork underneath over there. Just a lot went into this build, a lot of time just to get it right. Nice crafting room. I did want to do some visual storage in here, but then I just couldn't decide on it because of the odd shaped building. So we have a little bit of the visual storage in here. Lots of forges. Just an all-in-all crafting room that I think they would have had in Rivendell with everything going on. The elves made a lot of stuff. Great little outdoor area here. Really cool. Just great view of the bridge and the waterfall, especially at night. Lots of fountains. Just really fun build. There is one other section, I believe is on the outside of this building. Come outside here again, you know, great view of the gardens here, winding up the hill. Just like I said, a lot of effort went into this build with just my wife and I building it. I think I did a really good job of capturing the essence of Rivendell. There are other people that have done Rivendell builds. The best one that I've seen in Ark is by Lowell's at Lance, and it's a great build. A lot of architect structures were mastered in his, but discovering these other mods and figuring out how to make them work and the things you can do with them is kind of one of the things I thrive on. So we do have this wonderful, this is more of the elvish structures. This is a piece, and then this whole building here is a piece. And so we have Green Chicken, Argentavis, Baby Blue, and Agent Travis here. I think they're planning Conquest of the Island next. I'm not too sure. So anyway, yeah, there's a bit longer of a video. I don't know if you can fly out of these. You can. So yeah, we do have some tames out here. That is apparently a skeletonized, an alpha skeleton Carnosaurus got too close to Fluffy, and Fluffy wasn't too happy about that. We have a tendency to tame creatures around us and then turn their aggro on, just to try to keep creatures from coming down on us while we're building. So yeah, really fun build, just really cool looking to me, you know. And so it might be a little bit before my next video. I do need to go back to the center to show you some of those builds. Oh, we have this wonderful little deal over here that I forgot. My wife built this one, and I'm not sure what it's on. It's on an Elvish Furniture tower, but then she had to place all these around it. So these are all individual pieces to make this thing. So this piece right here that I'm up against, that's the whole structure on this tower. And then she came in here and placed a whole bunch of other stuff. Just really cool area overlooking the garden. Come in here and play your harp. So yeah, so there is the Rivendell build. Oh, look at that. There's a little cave tunnel over here I didn't even know about. That's how observant I am. Really fun. I think it turned out really good. And I will end the video on that note. And see you guys all in the next one. Have fun, builders. Don't be scared to tag me in any videos or send me videos. I love seeing other people's videos and getting ideas. And if somebody wants to play with me, you can message me, send me your Steam ID, and I'll add you, and we could all get together and do some collaborative builds if you want. And I love building, and I love seeing innovation. And I love seeing other people's ideas. So have a good one.